This page is the front cover of Prima's official strategy guide for Phantasy Star Online, Episode 2 C.A.R.D. Revolution. It highlights an exclusive card listing and features artwork of several characters from the game, including a prominent white-haired character with a gun, a blue armored character with a sword, and a green-skinned character. The logos for Sega, Sonic Team, and the ESRB teen rating are also visible. This page presents Prima's official strategy guide, authored by Elliott Chin. It includes the publishing information for Prima Games, including their address and website. Copyright details for Prima Games in 2004 are stated, alongside legal disclaimers relating to ESRB ratings and trademarks of Sega and Sonic Team. 2 characters from the game are featured in artwork on this page. This page is the content section of the strategy guide. It lays out the structure of the book, starting with introductory sections on gameplay and card strategies. The guide then delves into the main story modes, Hero Story, and C.A.R.D story, each broken down into a series of missions. It also covers story character missions and side missions separately. The guide further includes sections focusing on cards, detailing items, creatures, and action cards, along with card ability descriptions and special rare cards. The final section covers online play. Phantasy Star Online Episode 2 C.A.R.D. Revolution transforms the classic RPG into an online card battle game. Set on Ragdoll, players build decks of cards representing creatures, weapons, and techniques to fight in turn-based duels. The familiar setting retains elements like the ongoing conflict between the hero and C.A.R.D's factions, with familiar weapons, techniques, and monsters. The story revisits the past. Pioneers seeking to colonize Ragdoll face disaster. Now, Pioneer 2 awaits. While your main character levels up, battles are card-based, and the character acts as a commander. You control story characters, building their decks for battle. The game eliminates world exploration, offering teleportation for battles, and a story mode where you take control of story characters with pre-built decks. Phantasy Star Online Episode 2 C.A.R.D. Revolution offers both online and offline gameplay modes. Players begin by creating a character, choosing from 3 classes: Hunter, Ranger, Force, 3 races, and gender. Character customization is cosmetic only. Gameplay involves battling to earn experience and increase your character card level, a measure of skill. The Morgue serves as the main hub, accessible after team selection in online mode and at the beginning in offline mode. Here, you get missions, manage card decks, trade cards, and interact with story characters. In story mode, the Lab Chief's desk provides missions. Creating a character is the initial step, providing a visual representation of the player in the game. This page details the gameplay elements and locations within Phantasy Star Online Episode 3 C.A.R.D. Revolution. It introduces the Entry Counter Room, which is where you receive missions from Ragdoll. At the counter, you'll see a planet map to select a duel location, set battle rules, and choose your deck. There's a note mentioning battle rule adjustments, like HP and deck shuffling, but these are locked in story mode. The page then covers the Command Center, the place to create and edit your decks, and trade cards using card trading machines. You can trade cards both in online and offline modes with other players. For story mode, you first choose to play either as the hero side or the dark side, also known as the C.A.R.D side. Story characters feature in the Morgue hub and give advice and missions. These characters unlock as you progress and are crucial for deck building as they act as deck leaders. When constructing decks, you pick a story character leader from the 12 available characters to lead your deck. You have flexibility in deck construction for story, online, and offline play. However, a note mentions that in story mode, deck usage is restricted to the side you chose, meaning an C.A.R.D deck won't be usable in the hero side story. Finally, it mentions other areas, highlighting the Morgue as the main hub where NPCs are located. In offline story mode, you'll meet story characters in the Morgue as you advance through the game. Phantasy Star Online Episode 3 card battles feature deck limitations. A 30-card deck with a maximum of 3 copies of any card. Heroes can't use creature cards, and C.A.R.D can't use item cards. Battles take place on grids, varying in size, with players facing off head-to-head or in teams. Movement across the board is limited per turn, and strategic positioning is key. Some maps include terrain. Key deck limitations include a chosen story character, 30-card deck size, 3-card copy limit, and Hero/C.A.R.D says card restrictions. Decks can be reassigned to different story characters to optimize their abilities. This page is about gameplay mechanics and card acquisition in Phantasy Star Online Episode 3. It explains that rocks on the map are impassable terrain that can be used for strategic cover during battles. Transporter panels are squares that teleport players around the map, offering tactical advantages. Event cards are special cards that trigger global effects impacting all players and can drastically alter the battle. Winning a battle means reducing the opponent's HP to 0, which rewards experience and new cards. Losing a story mode battle requires restarting from a previous save. After each battle, players receive a letter grade ranking from S to E, which determines the number of cards earned. Higher ranks like S and A reward more cards, while even losing still grants a few cards. New cards are primarily obtained by playing and winning duels. After each duel, players receive card packs, and the number of cards in these packs is influenced by the battle ranking. Trading at the Morgue's command center is also mentioned as another way to get new cards. The page also shows screenshots of in-game battles, card pack selection screens, and a "Congratulations" message for achieving a high rank like S. This page is all about card strategies in battles, starting with the basics. The main goal in a card battle is to reduce the opponent's story character's HP to 0. This is how you win and get rewards. It then explains the battle phases that happen during each turn: dice phase, set phase, move phase, action phase, and draw phase, with the current phase displayed on the screen. When starting a battle, players roll dice to decide who goes first. The player with the higher roll goes first but cannot attack on their first turn. In team battles, the combined dice roll determines the first team. At the beginning of a battle, players draw their first hand of 5 cards. You get a chance to take a mulligan to redraw your hand if you don't like it. If you're playing as a hero character and don't draw any hero cards, you also get to redraw your hand. When playing cards, you start with 5 and use ATK points to play them. Each card costs between 1 and 8 ATK points. You get ATK points each round, and it's important to manage them wisely, as both playing cards and making attacks cost ATK points. Finally, a note clarifies that the term character in this guide refers to story characters, items, and creatures. Character cards have HP and stay on the map until they are destroyed. Story characters are the main figures in your deck. The game begins with the dice phase, where you roll dice for ATK and DEF points. The higher roll is ATK, used for actions like playing cards, moving, and attacking, with each action costing at least 1 ATK point. Effectively managing ATK points is vital. The lower roll is DEF, exclusively for setting defense cards during your opponent's turn. Dice bonuses, gained by filling the experience bar, increase the minimum ATK and DEF points rolled. Bonuses are capped at 8 or 9 with a dice plus 1 card. The set phase follows, where you play cards using ATK points. Strategic use of ATK points is essential, as they are needed for card plays, movement, and attacks. Heroes. Heroes equip items in this phase, while Art-Blaze characters summon creatures. This guide focuses on the move and action phases of a game. During the set phase, prioritize deploying as many characters as possible with your available ATK points, especially on the first turn. Consider hero characters and creature costs like Hildebeer versus Ragrappy when managing a handful of cards and limited ATK. The move phase follows setting, allowing you to move story characters and creatures across the map, at the cost of 1 ATK per square, 2 for diagonal. Movement is limited by character stats and blocking characters. Items remain stationary. Finally, the action phase lets you attack with characters already on the map, using ATK points. The guide also explains the set limit, a battlefield character point value cap, preventing overdeployment. This page focuses on card strategies, detailing the draw phase, where you can discard cards you don't want and draw back up to 5 cards. A useful tip is to discard cards that aren't helpful in your current situation, such as technique action cards if you don't have characters who use techniques, or if you are holding too many expensive cards you can't play yet. The page then explains the defense pseudo phase, which occurs during your opponent's turn when they attack. You can play defense cards during this phase by spending DEF points to block incoming attacks and protect your characters, but you can only use 1 defense card per character being attacked in a single instance. There's a note clarifying that you won't lose if you run out of cards to draw. Instead, when you run out, your discard pile is shuffled to create a new deck to draw from. The page briefly touches on mastering the cards, explaining that cards are your main units in battle, summoned as foot soldiers, and can be improved using other cards. Finally, it describes how to view your cards in the game menu. You can access the cards list by pressing Start, then selecting Card, and then Cards List. The cards in the list are arranged alphabetically by type. All types, item, creature, action, or assist. The page also includes screenshots of the game interface and a character illustration. The game features 477 cards, categorized by rarity, N4 to SS, with common cards appearing more frequently at lower character levels, CLV. Card rarity increases with CLV. Repeatedly obtaining the same card can trigger card fluctuation, transforming it into a higher rarity card. Cards possess attributes like cost, attack points, AP, and defense points, affecting battle effectiveness. Character, item, and creature cards have HP, AP, TP, and MV. Action cards have AP, TP, and range. Battle maps have a cost limit of 8 points. HP represents damage capacity, with characters having base HP modified by traits, BP, TP, and MV displayed on the card face, determine attack power, technique strength, and movement range, respectively, with range indicated by colored bars. The next page explains card strategies in Phantasy Star Online Episode 2, C.A.R.D. Revolution, detailing 5 card types: story character, item, creature, action, and assist cards. Story character cards are highlighted as the most crucial type, forming the foundation of your deck and being unique to the game. Each story character has distinct abilities and attributes, and you unlock them as you progress in the story mode, allowing you to build decks around them for online play. The page further distinguishes between hero and ARC's characters, noting that they have similar attributes to creatures like HP, AP, TP, MV, and range, and can attack directly without cost. Hero characters equip items to enhance their strength and attacks, while ARC's characters summon creatures for attacks. Hero story characters with items are targeted first in battle, while ARC's story characters can only be attacked if there are no opposing creatures or story characters within range. The page defines key gameplay attributes: attack power, AP, as the damage inflicted, which is a flat value for story characters and a bonus for items and creatures, and can be improved by action cards. Technique attack power, TP, is used for special technique action cards. Movement, MV, determines the number of squares a character can move per turn. Range indicates the attackable squares, displayed on cards as a 3x3 grid. You can increase a story character's range with items and action cards. This page talks about item cards in Phantasy Star Online Card Revolution, explaining they are equipped to story characters and boost their HP, AP, and TP. Item cards also have their own attack ranges, which can be different from the character using them. Instead of combining for a stronger attack, each offensive item allows the story character to make a separate attack. The 3 main weapon types for items are swords, guns, and canes, primarily for hunters, rangers, and forces. Although some are usable by any class, the best ones are class-specific. Rangers are best suited for guns, forces for canes, and hunters for swords. The page also details how items act as shields for hero characters. To fully damage a hero, you must first destroy all their equipped items, which act as an HP buffer. For example, if a hero has 4 shield items with 3 HP each, they have a 12 HP buffer. Destroying each item also deals 1 HP damage to the hero. So in the previous example, destroying all 4 items will also cause 4 HP damage to the hero, which is important to consider, as losing items also reduces the hero's overall HP. Being aware of item destruction is important to avoid them becoming a liability. In Phantasy Star Online Card Revolution, creature cards are distinct units that move and control spaces, acting as shields, and having types that affect abilities and card interactions. Guard creatures protect story characters by absorbing damage. Setting creatures are placed on your side of the board, with weaker ones deployed further back. Action cards enhance items or creatures, boosting attack, defense, or range. Attack cards deal damage. Technique cards enhance special attacks, and defense cards block damage. Range and area of effect vary, impacting how many targets are hit. Attack cards can also inflict status ailments. Action cards can be combined to create powerful combos. To combine cards, the right side color bar of the first card must match the left side color bar of the second card. The order is crucial for successful combinations and to maximize damage potential. This page details card combo mechanics, defense cards, and technique cards in Phantasy Star Online Card Revolution. It explains that some cards have left and right color bars, which are essential for creating combos. You can create start, continue, and end combos based on these bars, and your ATK points limit the number of cards in a combo chain. A helpful tip is to use your Bestrange attack card as the final card in your combo to maximize its effectiveness. The guide notes that some cards have multiple colors on their vertical bars, offering more combo options. However, it's important to remember that only attack action cards can be used in combos. Technique action cards cannot be combined. Regarding defense cards, it clarifies that they have HP bonuses, but these bonuses don't increase your character's HP. Instead, they reduce the damage from an incoming attack. If the HP bonus is equal to or greater than the attack's damage, the attack becomes a miss. Finally, the page describes technique cards as special action cards fueled by a character's TP. Unlike normal attacks that use AP for damage, technique attacks use TP. Characters with higher TP are better suited for using tech cards. Tech cards often have greater ranges and can hit multiple targets. Story characters, particularly Ino Salas and Glustar, are highlighted as excellent choices for using tech cards. This guide details card strategies for building strong decks. Tech cards like Barta, Foi, and Zonde offer elemental attacks. Jabarta and Jizonde are noted for their area of effect. Assist cards provide benefits beyond HP and attack buffs, like dice roll or AP boosts. Deck building requires card knowledge, mastery of battle phases, and a chosen theme, creature, item, range focus, etc. Select a story character that complements your deck's style and consider their abilities. The guide also suggests consulting the story character section for themed deck ideas. A deck must consist of exactly 30 cards, with a maximum of 3 of any single card. Optimize your deck by removing weak cards and adding essential ones like guard items or creatures. Continuous refinement by testing your deck against others and using earned cards is crucial. This page is all about hero story characters, emphasizing their role as protectors in the game. It highlights the importance of guard items for these characters, stating they act as shields to protect other items from enemy attacks, forcing enemies to target them first. The page advises including several guard items in hero story character decks to safeguard weaker HP items. It also details hero special abilities in a table format, listing abilities like anti-abnormality, immunity to status conditions like acid, freeze, etc., shared by Teifu, Guy-Killed, Salagun, and Stella. Big swing for Guy-Killed, making attack cards cost more ATK, and bonus TP rise for Viviana. Other abilities mentioned include Elude, enemy bonus, express bonus, fixed ranged, low-cost half-guard, no tech, sword bonus, and tech, each with unique effects and character associations. This page features 2 hero story characters from Phantasy Star Online Episode 3 Card Revolution: Sil Schaefer, a Newman hunter, and Kranz, a human ranger. Sil Schaefer specializes in swords and hand-to-hand combat, boasting high AP but slower movement. Recommended strategies involve building sword-focused decks with cards like Slash, Cross-Slash, and Stab, and incorporating SW attack cards to increase sword damage. Kranz, a ranger, focuses on tech attacks and long-range guns. He possesses the Express bonus ability, granting him +1 exp upon defeating a character, allowing for faster dice bar fills. Gameplay tips for Kranz center around item range and meteor smash cards, promoting long-range guns and mag item cards to boost AP. The inclusion of GN attack cards is also recommended, with 3 being advised to multiply gun damage. In Phantasy Star Online Episode 3, Ino Force character and Kilforia, a ranger, are introduced. Ino Falas is fast but has low HP and focuses on techs. Her ability reduces tech action card AP costs. Utilize Kana-type items to boost her TP and include tech attack, guard, and defense cards in her deck. Slay. Kilporia, a ranger, excels stat-wise but is slow and lacks TP. She should focus on guns and attack action cards like Cross-Slay. Include GN attack cards and mag items, which provide constant AP, TP, or HP bonuses. Mag items float near story characters and offer bonuses, which stack up to a maximum of 8 points. These are beneficial for boosting characters, and should be used with attack action cards and items. This page introduces 2 story characters: Viviana, and Teifu. Viviana is a Newman Force character with low HP, but her special ability Bonus TP Rise increases her TP based on her dice bonus, making her stronger as the battle progresses. She is best used with canes and high TP attack cards and mag items to boost TP. Teifu is a humanoid hunter character who cannot use tech attacks but is immune to status conditions. His enemy bonus ability grants him +1 AP for every 2 enemy characters, making him effective against decks with many enemies. Due to his low AP boosting mag items and attack action cards are recommended. Both Viviana and Teifu are unlocked by completing the hero mission, Sighting 1. The next page introduces 2 more story characters, Relmitos and Orland. Relmitos is a Force class character, proficient in both tech and physical attacks due to his ability AT Swap Perm, which swaps his AP and TP after each attack. He begins with 0 AP and 3 TP, and is well suited for using canes and swords, requiring a strategy that alternates between tech and weapon attacks to manage his swapped AP and TP. Orland is a hunter class character who, unlike other hunters, has low HP and MV, and starts with a low 1 AP and 0 TP. His sword bonus ability compensates for this by granting him +1 AP for every 2 sword items on the battle map. This encourages a deck focused on low-cost swords to maximize his AP, but he is vulnerable due to low HP and item limitations, making him better in team play with support characters. Both Relmitos and Orland are unlocked by completing the hero mission, Sighting 2. This page introduces 2 story characters, Guykild and Salagun. Guykild is a ranger class character, and it's mentioned that he has low HP but a useful big swing ability, allowing him to spend extra ATK points for more powerful attacks. He should be built around items rather than attack action cards. And because of his elude ability and low HP, guard items are recommended. He is unlocked by completing the hero mission, Sighting 2. Salagun is a hunter class character who is considered an overall good character with decent HP, MV, and AP. Her low-cost half-guard ability reduces damage, and she excels with attack action cards and swords, but she cannot use tech cards. She is also resistant to negative conditions like freezing, paralysis, and acid. Salagun is unlocked by completing the hero mission, Development 1. This page introduces 2 more characters, Stella and Glustar. Stella is a ranger character who excels in speed, moving 4 squares per turn. Although weak in battle with low AP and HP, she's immune to status conditions. Her main ability is fixed range, meaning weapon ranges are consistent. She benefits from guns with long ranges, dice +1 assists, and mag items to boost her weak AP. Avoid using guns with +0 or +1 AP, and instead focus on fixed AP guns. Glustar is a Force character described as easy to play, with good all-around stats and TP. He relies on cane items and tech attacks like Fue, Barda, and Zonde. He also has good physical attack power and can use swords like Double Saber. For Glustar, it's recommended to include guard items, mag items that improve TP, and long-range, multiple-target tech attack cards, and high TP items for significant damage output. Both Stella and Glustar are unlocked by completing the hero mission, Development 1. Arc-Bez story characters in Phantasy Star Online, Episode 3, are freedom fighters using action cards, lacking item equipability, and taking full damage from attacks. Arc-Maz characters possess higher AP, TP, and MV stats than hero characters. Tips highlight strategic choices for Arc-Maz decks. Using guard creatures to absorb attacks, especially with pan arms, is recommended. HP boosting cards are also crucial, particularly for melee characters like Rufina, Endu, Heiz, and Rise. Arc-Mez characters have unique special abilities. Notable examples include Action Up, Rufina, which multiplies AP bonus of attack action cards, Anti-Abnormality, Heiz, Lura, Ogun, Rise, making characters immune to status conditions, and No Tech, Heiz, Lura, Ogun, Rise, preventing the use of tech action cards. These abilities vary widely, influencing card play strategies. This page introduces 2 Arcs characters, Break and Lura, from Phantasy Star Online Episode 3. Break is highlighted as a powerful leader character, excelling in HP-AP movement and especially tech power, making him the best among Arcs characters in tech. As a Force class, he attacks in a limited range, just 1 square in front, but his high AP makes physical attacks strong. It's recommended to build his deck with tech attack cards and physical attack cards like stab, slash, and attack, and to use cards like long arm and snipe for combos. Break shines with tech attacks and should be kept away from direct frontline combat. He has no special abilities, but is considered a solid main character in deck building. Lyra is a ranger character with a wide attack range, able to hit all targets in an area, similar to using a shotgun item, covering the square in front and a line of 3 squares behind. Her fixed range ability maintains this area attack. Her aerial assassin ability allows her to deal 1.5 times damage to aerial creatures. It's advised to use many attack action cards in her deck to take advantage of her range. Cards with no AP bonus are not useful for her. Due to her low HP, guard creatures are essential, and you should position her to attack from 2 squares away, using high HP monsters as protection in front. Lyra's special abilities are Aerial Assassin, Anti-Abnormality, Fixed Range, and No Tech. The next page introduces 2 more story characters, Endu and KC. Endu is a strong hunter-type character, boasting a wide attack range hitting 3 squares ahead and capable of damaging enemy items with physical attacks, making him especially effective against hero story characters. He has the Rampage ability. However, he is vulnerable due to low HP and needs support from strong creatures and defense cards. It's advised to use him with high HP creatures and action cards to maximize his damage output and item stripping potential. KC is described as an ARC's version of Crans, with abilities Fixed Range and Express bonus. He gains extra experience when defeating characters or items in one hit, helping with dice bonuses. KC attacks with a rifle gun, hitting a single target up to 3 squares away. Although his attack range is good, his low AP of 2 means you need multiple action cards to boost his attack. It's recommended to use creatures to protect him at close range, and use combinations of attack action cards to maximize his attack power and take down targets from a distance. To unlock KC, you need to complete either the Ruin Smugglers or Love Story 1 mission. The next page presents Memoru and Rufina, who are also story characters in the game. Memoru is a force character, who is described as being exceptionally good at using tech attack cards. She has high HP, very good movement, and great tech power. However, her physical attack is weak and only hits the square directly in front of her. Her ability Snatch is tied to her tech attacks, allowing her to absorb Express from opponents when she deals damage. She excels at improving her dice bonus in battle and gaining experience. With high TP, she's suited for tech cards, and it is recommended to include tech action cards, defense cards, and strong creatures in her deck. To unlock Memoru, you need to complete either the Ruin Smugglers or Love Story 1 mission. Rufina is a strong hunter character from the ARC's family, boasting the best HP, good AP, and fast movement. She uses a slicer weapon with a wide attack range, hitting multiple targets in front, to the left, and right. She has a good starting AP, and her special ability Action Up doubles the AP bonus of attack action cards. A slash card gives +4 AP, and a cross slay card gives +2 AP instead of +1. It is recommended to use defense cards and guard creatures to protect her in melee combat. Like Memoru and KC, Rufina can be unlocked by completing either the Ruin Smugglers or Love Story 1 mission. This page introduces 2 more story characters, Rio and Pico. Rio is a ranger who specializes in attack action cards, thanks to her fixed range ability, always hitting the 2 squares in front of her. She has the Revenge ability, which boosts her AP by +1 for every 3 of her creatures that are destroyed in battle, making her stronger as the fight goes on, especially when using low-cost creatures and cards like Madness to quickly build up this bonus. Rio needs good defense cards and potent attack action cards in her deck. She is a human female ranger with +3 HP, 2 AP, 1 TP, and 3 megavolts. Peko is a force character with decent physical attack, but his range is limited. He is designed for tech attack cards as his tech ability makes them cost 1 less AP. While he doesn't do much damage physically, he can use more tech cards due to the reduced AP cost. It's recommended to stack his deck with high TP creatures like Puyi Slime, Love Rappy, and Evil Shark to protect him and cast tech cards through them. Avoid physical fights with Peko and rely on tech action cards. Peko is a Newman male force character with +3 HP, 2 AP, 2 TP, and 3 megavolts. Both Rio and Peko are unlocked by completing the Unseen Enemy 1 mission. This page introduces 2 more story characters, Hize and Raze. Hize is a powerful hunter character. With high attack power, his melee attacks hit the square in front and to his left, targeting 2 enemies at once. He can't use tech cards, but his AP assist ability boosts the AP of nearby creatures. It's recommended to use mid HP and mid-cost creatures with highs to take advantage of his support. Highs' stats show he is a humanoid male hunter with good HP and AP. His special abilities include Anti-Abnormality, AP Assist, and No Tech Use. He is unlocked by completing the Unseen Enemy 1 mission. Res is another unusual story character, designed for action cards but with low HP and AP for an Arc Mez. She also cannot use tech cards, and her attack range is limited to the square directly in front. However, her special Pierce ability is very strong, allowing her attacks to bypass items and guards and directly damage the enemy story character. The strategy for Reyes is to focus on attacking the enemy player directly, using action cards like Stab, Split Boost, and Assault, while using guard creatures for her defense because she is vulnerable. Reyes is a humanoid female hunter with low HP and AP. Her special abilities include Anti-Abnormality, No Tech Use, and Pierce. She is unlocked by completing the First Strike mission. Cranu, a human female Force class character with negative HP, low AP/TP, and the HP Assist ability, focuses on creature-based combat. She utilizes fast, durable, and cost-effective creatures like sharks and wolves, along with defense cards. Migun, a humanoid male ranger, is a support character with a 3x2 area attack that benefits from high AP creatures. His abilities include Anti-Abnormality and Impact Halfguard, making him more durable. Gun's strategy involves weakening opponents from a distance, employing defense cards like Wall and Guard. Both characters are unlocked by completing the First Strike mission. This page is focused on the Hero Story mode of Phantasy Star Online, Episode 2I, and explains the mission structure. It details 3 types of missions: government missions, side missions, and story character missions. Government missions are given by the lab chief and form the main story progression. Side missions are obtained from a man near the entry counter and are offered in tracks, meaning you need to complete earlier side missions to unlock later ones, like the Phantom Shop series. Story character missions are given by specific hero story characters and are time-sensitive. The guide will provide detailed walkthroughs for all mission types and will explain when each type of mission becomes available in relation to the main story progression. This guide details 3 government missions in Hero Story mode: Fossil Find I, Haywire Palette, and Fossil Find 2. Fossil Find I in Unguis Lapis tasks you with helping an investigation team. You'll battle Lugura on a small 3x3 grid with a Poison Lily deck, unable to roll less than 3. Recommended tactics include ranged weapons and hero or story character decks. Haywire Palette in Nebula Montana involves stopping a transit system malfunction. You'll face Endu, whose rampage ability damages equipped items. High HP weapons, sword type, or hunter decks are advised, along with multi-target cards. Dice rolls are again restricted to 3 or higher. Fossil Find 2, set back in Unguis Lapis, involves protecting another research team from Break with a Blue Eyes deck. This guide provides tactics for 2 missions. The first focuses on defeating Break, recommending Silshafer due to the many native creatures summoned. Hildebears are the primary threat. The advice is to quickly defeat them using action cards. Notably, there is no cutscene if you don't use Silpher. The second mission, Sighting 1 in Viatubis, pits you against Lura, a mission killer, with rapid hits in a single battle. The longer map requires quick movement to close the distance and avoid summoned monsters. Lura's creatures are weak but numerous. Prioritize Poison Lily, paralyzes items, and Al Rapi over Barbarous Wolf. You are guaranteed a minimum die roll of 3. Varus. After defeating Break with Silshafer, a cutscene reveals Silshafer's search for her sister and Break's escape, raising questions about the government. Afterward, you return to the morgue and can proceed to Sighting 1. After completing the previous mission, you receive homework help from the lab chief, unlocking Kilria, Viviana, and Teifu as deck-building characters. You can also start side missions, including Phantom Shop 1 and Viviana's Chance Meeting. However, these disappear once homework help is finished. Homework help, set in Tenor Sinus, requires retrieving Coral, facing Rufina, Clipped Wing, an Ark's character, and is considered a mission killer. You must choose between starting Homework Help or Phantom Shop 1, as they prevent the completion of other available missions. Completing Homework Help unlocks further missions from the lab chief and the man at the entry counter. After either mission, you gain Sighting 2, Repair Work 1, and Monument Watch missions. Mission 6 is Repair Work 1, located in the Tower of Kalem, with Endu, Ultimate Number 1, as the enemy. Hero Story notes that during missions, characters have 10 HP, and only roll 2 to 4 on the dice. Advises using long-range attacks and proper maneuvering to counter enemies like Rufina. Mission 7, Monument Watch in Lupus Silva, requires guarding the central dome monument against Peko and Cranu. You'll face Endu in a square grid map, who summons Pan Arms, a guard creature that absorbs attacks. Pan Arms has 6 HP and weak hit block. Weak attacks will miss. Use defense cards and guard items to reduce damage and destroy Pan Arms before attacking Endu. Dodge cards minimize damage from Endu, and attack action cards increase AP for high AP attacks. Multi-target attacks hit Pan Arms first. Destroying Pan Arms damages its controller. Team up with Crans, Inolis, or kill Kyria for cutscenes. Teaming with Ino Kyrialis and having Crans support can trigger a +4 AP bonus and a special animated picture. Crans can also deflect attacks in combination events, which are common between story characters with good relationships. After completing Monument Watch, you can return to the morgue and embark on Sighting 2 or play Monument Watch again. Sighting 2 is a mission killer, so Monument Watch is recommended first. Mission 8. Sighting 2, in Tenor Sinus, pits you against Rufina and her Mindset deck. Team battle is off. Tactics involve quickly moving to the right side of central rock formations to avoid creature summons. Use multi-target and long-range attacks when Rufina rushes in. Partisans are highly recommended due to their effectiveness against Rufina's high HP creatures like Barbarous Wolf. Remember, the first killing blow on a story character is guaranteed, and other enemies will block the attack but take no damage. After completing Sighting 2, you'll receive Called Out and 3 new story characters. Relmitos, Orland, and Guy-Killed will appear in the Morgue Hub. Using Inolalis or Crans triggers unique cutscenes. You can then choose between Sighting 2 and Repair Work 1. Completing Sighting 2 unlocks Side Missions Challenge and Magic Hands 1 if Phantom Shop 1 is finished. These side missions appear after Sighting 2 and disappear after Called Out. Mission 9, Called Out, in Lupus Silva, sees you facing Break with a Revert deck in a solo battle. You can only bring Silver, and your deck won't loop, emphasizing card management. Break summons numerous creatures, blocking your path, and uses tech attacks that bypass guard. Prioritize action attack cards and High Slayer weapons to defeat the creatures summoned by Break, e.g., Hildebear, Meridian, and Pan Arms, and utilize dodge and soul barrier items to counter Break's attacks. After defeating Break, a cutscene with Silver and Break ensues, returning you to the morgue. Mission 10, Called Again, in Mole Venti, involves a battle against Lura using a Canadine's focused deck. Team battle is unavailable. Lura's machine-side creature deck and MC guard cards make her a challenging opponent. The next page discusses Hero Story Mode and focuses on Mission 2, Tower Check, located in the Tower of Calum. In this mission, you'll be fighting against Ogun and Rees in a team battle, and it is noted as not being a mission killer. A tactic mentioned is to bring Crans along for this mission to trigger a cutscene afterwards. The page highlights that you'll face Lura again, who is still using Canadines, and the primary strategy remains to eliminate her Canadines quickly using Machine Slayer items and MA attack action cards. Lura uses MC Guard defense, and be aware of her Madness action card and the creature Kanoon. It's mentioned that Ogun uses the Rich Assist card, which oddly benefits the player by increasing hand size and providing a dice bonus. Rees is introduced as another story character with the Pierce ability. For this team mission, Kilrea will join your team and use the Simulfire deck. After completing Tower Check, you will be treated to a cutscene featuring Crans and Kildrea. Following the cutscene, you'll return to the morgue and can then accept either the Called Again or Development 1 missions. Mission 12. Development 1 in Unguis Lapis tasks you with investigating the area's habitability due to staff shortages. You'll face Highs, who uses the Algol's Light deck, a mission killer. He summons powerful creatures like Hildebears and Pan Arms. Use NA and AB guard defense cards to protect against their attacks. Prioritize high damage attacks on Pan Arms, and be prepared for weak hit block. Rushing Highs is recommended. Watch for his use of the Dice +1 assist card, which benefits him. Defeating this mission unlocks Cleanup Job and the final 3 story characters, Salagun, Stella, and Gulstar. Completing it also makes side missions available from the entry counter and lab chief. Mission 13, Cleanup Job, in Mortis Fawns, pits your team against Peko and Cranu, a challenging duo. Your teammate, Guy-Killed, BZTBZTBZT deck, is fragile but can absorb enemy attacks. Peko uses slime-based creatures that multiply, and Cranu summons and heals creatures, so prioritize one-hit kills. Wide-area attacks like guns, shot, and meteor smash are effective. Crans, GN attack, and jellies are also recommended. Strong attacks like slash and crosstab are beneficial. Be aware that story characters may attempt to protect Peko and Cranu. Focus fire on a single enemy for victory. Upon completion, you'll return to the morgue and receive the next mission, Development 2. This page details several missions in a game, including side missions, Mission 14, Development 2, Mission 15, Taken Away, and extra missions. Side missions. Side missions linked to Relmatos and the Truth Seeker path are available until Mission 14. Mission 14 takes place in the Tower of Kalem and involves battling the enemy Break, who uses a darkness deck. Players are advised to use Force or Ranger characters with specific attacks and to prepare their decks with Darkslayer items. After completing a brief rest for Relmatos, a bonus card is awarded. Extra missions, Delicious Dish, and Great Rescue become available based on completed side missions and disappear after Mission 15. Mission 15, Taken Away, is in Mortis Fons, where players investigate kidnappings and battle Lura, who uses an aim and shoot deck. The map is zigzag-shaped, and Lura summons high HP machine and native creatures. Players are advised to use machine/native slayer items and attack and tech action cards. Screenshots showcasing gameplay are also included. Mission 16, Repair Work 2 in Lupus Silva, requires repairing a collapsed central dome. The enemy is Rio, who summons paralyzing lily creatures and A-beasts, using A-B attacks. Tactics suggest high-movement characters like Stella are beneficial. Prioritize defending against Rio's paralysis and bind attacks. After completing the mission, Repair Work 2 becomes available. Finishing Stella's Great Rescue allows a bonus card. Additional side missions unlock Phantom Shop 2, if Phantom Shop 1 was completed, and Orland's Test of Power. These side missions are available until Repair Work 2 is finished. After the mission, a lull in activity occurs, allowing time to interact with team members. Extra missions include Gaikild's No Reason, which resumes the hero story, and Phantom Shop 3 or Truth Seeker 2, depending on prior side mission completion. Completing Gaikild's mission leads to the next main assignment. Mission 17, Guardian 1, takes place in Ravam 80's Sakra. The objective is to escort an investigative team while facing the Lucan Knight, Broken Seal. This solo battle features a large 8x8 map against a powerful enemy with 40 hydrogen phosphide, 7 AP, and 9 megavolts. The Lucan Knight attacks all targets in front of him and uses Periodic Field, making him immune to either physical or tech attacks. He also utilizes abilities that swap MV and AP and devastating attacks. Defense cards and guard items are recommended due to his alternating attack pattern. Mission 18, Fish Rescue, occurs in Tenor Sinus. The goal is to protect a beached giant fish from Arquez in a team battle against Memoru, die 3 times, and Cranu, Beauty. A 6x6 map will be used. Viviana is suggested for her synergy with teammate Teifu, who provides a +4 AP bonus. This hero story section details gameplay tactics and enemy encounters, focusing on missions 19 and 20. Mission 19, Development 3, in Unguis Lapis, tasks players with securing an area for material transport. Players face KC and Rio, using native-type creatures and NA guard cards. The recommended strategy involves using Stella and NA attack cards. Mission 20, Guardian 2, in Ravam 80's Sakra, involves escorting a research team and fighting Races. Players should allow Dark Gunners to damage and kill Rees rather than directly attacking them. The section also covers enemy behaviors, such as story characters protecting enemies, and highlights the action card, Madness. Mission Aftermath details story events, including potential events with Viviana and Ino Celis after Mission 19, and the continued availability of missions after completion. Specific tactics for Mission 19 include prioritizing Hildebears, defeating Pan-Arms first, and utilizing weapons with multiple target attacks to protect Glustar. Mission 21, Guardian 3 takes place in Ravam 80's Sakra, with the goal of confirming research and finding protection. The enemy is Cranu, a powerful solo opponent, and the battlefield is an 8x8 map. Tactics require a minimum dice roll of 6, and the deck is shuffled to group similar cards. Cranu utilizes a strong deck featuring high HP creatures, necessitating the use of action and defense cards like guard dodge and wall. Sword combos are preferred over hunter weapons due to SW guard. Attack action, soul barriers, and divinity barriers are also recommended. After the mission, the morgue is under attack, leading to the morgue attack mission. Additional missions include Tough Partner from Teifu and Truth Seeker 3 from the side mission man if prerequisites are met, both disappearing upon completion of Guardian 3. Mission 22. Morgue Attack is a team battle where players defend the morgue from Ark's invaders. The mission features 3 battles, each with a 30-minute timer and 20-second phases, ending only when both players are defeated. The large map necessitates the use of high-movement story characters. The first battle involves fighting Lura and Rufina alongside Glustar, utilizing protection and wall cards. The second battle features Mamoru and Krinu, joined by Gaikild, who utilize beast creatures and Gifoy attacks, with the central power core a key obstacle. The final battle is a one-on-one fight against Break, who utilizes Sinnoh-Zoa, Talo, and Panarm's creatures and Pierce abilities. Defense cards and range-extending action cards are crucial to defeat Break and his powerful creatures. This page details missions 23 and 24, and continues from the previous mission, Mission 22. After Mission 22, there is an aftermath scene, and you can undertake extra missions, including speaking to Kilgria, to get story details and information on Blitz. Mission 23 is called Development 4, and takes place in Nebula, Montana, where you investigate a villa construction project. You will fight Kranu, who has a returning deck. And this is not a mission killer encounter. It's noted that your deck does not loop in this mission, meaning you have a limited card draw. Kraina's deck strategy is discussed in detail, highlighting her use of the action card Berserk, expendable cards, and the Madness ability to deal extra damage. She uses creatures that return to her hand, like Kanun, which is a Machina-type creature with the dash ability, and is good for tech attacks. The guide suggests aerial assassin and machine slayer weapons can be effective against Krinu. After completing Mission 23, you return to the morgue. Mission 24 is Sighting 3, also in Nebula, Montana, where you investigate suspicious figures. The enemy is Peko, all 2, and this is a mission killer encounter. For tactics in Nebula, Montana maps, it's recommended to use characters with good movement such as Stella, or strong characters like Sil Schaefer, as the maps are large. Missions 25 and 26 are detailed. Mission 25, Odor Encounter, tasks players with investigating a foul-smelling location and battling Ogun's bloodless deck with a 15-minute time limit, including 30-second phases. Tactics recommend quick movement, path blocking with Peko, Rappy creatures, and native slayer weapons. Ogun uses defensive cards like Panarms, Dubchich, and Barans. Tech attacks are recommended. Mission 26, Poachers, is a team battle in Nebula, Montana against Ogun, Steel Wall deck, and High's Always deck. After completing either mission, the chief offers Poachers and Bomb Threat. Mission 27, Bomb Threat, in Mole Venti, pits you against Mamoru, a mission killer with a spit-out deck. The Arcs plan to destroy Mole Venti, and you have 15 minutes to stop them. You must roll at least a 3 during your dice phase. Mamoru's deck features powerful creatures like Grass Assassin, Snatch, Ally Boost, and Sinnoh Blue, Double Strike. She uses assist cards, like Bequeath, for express and protection cards, making direct attacks difficult initially. Defeating Mamoru unlocks a cutscene with Kilsharia, Krantz used, revealing information on Blitz and the Great Shadow. You can then proceed to the entry counter and access an extra mission. Tactics advice focuses on previous battles against Ogun and Highs, who employ native creatures and AB Guard, making NA attack cards effective. Watch out for Hildeblue, Freeze ability, bonus AP Rise, and Nano Dragon. Krantz and Kilria gain +2 AP for gun attacks. The next page details Hero Story Missions 28 and 29. Mission 28, Dream Present, takes place in Unguis Lapis. The description says your team has been dispatched to assist a research team under attack. You'll face Rice, who is a mission killer enemy, using the Diagnosis deck. For tactics, it notes that only Glustar can be sent on this mission. Reese uses Pierce attacks and prioritizes action cards, particularly powerful ones like Heavy Attack. Guard items are not useful against her as she bypasses them, so you should focus on weapons and attack cards. The map is small, so Reese's will reach you quickly. Completing this mission leads to the Sighting 4 mission, and you'll receive the Harisen Battlefan card for Glustar. Mission 29, Sighting 4, is located in Mole Venti. The Archives are attacking, causing photon leakages, and you need to suppress them. The enemies are Break-In Last Battle Form and Lura with Love Power. Both are Mission Killer status. The tactic for this mission describes a long, 4x6 map, with Lura and Break starting on opposite sides, making it a difficult encounter. It is recommended to use your best decks. Immortality cards, Dice +1 cards, and weapons are highlighted as being useful. Lura and Break use Pierce ability creatures, such as Crimson Assassin, Bullclaw, and Tola, which can be very dangerous. A note at the top reminds you that this mission must be completed within 15 minutes using story characters. Mission 30, Great Ambition, tasks the player with destroying the Great Shadow, guarded by Pollux, a formidable dead count and mission killer. Pollux, with 55 hydrogen phosphide, poses a significant threat. This final mission requires quick action. Each phase must be completed in 20 seconds. Pollux boasts abilities like Ultimate AP Boost, Timed Pierce, and Weak Hit Block. She utilizes powerful attack cards and starts with debilitating assist cards. Her attacks escalate in power over time. Quote, "The strategy involves a strong offense. Prioritize equipping weapons and using high AP attacks to bypass weak hit block. Utilize defense cards, including Guard and Wall, to withstand Pollux's direct attacks and mitigate damage. Aim to end the fight swiftly before her strength becomes overwhelming." This guide covers hero story missions in Phantasy Star Online Episode 3. After completing missions, players return to the morgue and receive rewards. 8 out of 12 hero story characters offer side missions unlocked by talking to them after completing certain main missions. 2 specific missions are detailed. Chance Meeting for Viviana in the Tower of Calum features Memoru, Gimme X, and requires speaking to Viviana after sightings 1. A Brief Rest for Relmitos in Lupus Silva tasks players with collecting air samples and includes Memoru, My Servant, and Peko, Snacks. It's unlocked by talking to Relmitos after the cleanup job mission. Tactics for the Tower of Calum mission suggest using defense and cross-slay action attack cards against Memoru, who summons Canidines and Volmers. The map's shape and boulders require careful movement. Transporter panels can be used, but enemies might block them. The guide also provides advice for fighting Pollux, emphasizing the need for defense and reduction cards to counter her powerful attacks, particularly her TP barrier and reduction. Slicers, handguns, and the cross-slay action attack are recommended for dealing with summoned machine call-type enemies. This page details the Great Rescue mission, which is for Stella only, and located in Lupus Silva. The mission description states that rumors of Arc-Az activity in Lupus Silva prompted a Gulstar to contact you for help as he is wounded. The enemy in this mission is Memoru, Beg Me. It's not a mission killer or team battle, and unlocks for Stella after completing the Development 2 mission. The page provides tactics for fighting Memoru, describing her as not particularly strong or aggressive, but mentioning she uses Dice plus Assist cards and a Del LD creature card that fluctuates AP. Stella's fixed range ability with a shot-type gun is recommended, as is using action attack cards and mags. The page also has a note section about transporter panels, explaining the first panel in front teleports you ahead, and successive panels allow quick hops across panels, but don't take you to the opposite side of the board. It advises packing Icestaff Dagon, Jabarda, Foy, Slicer cards, and Barda in your deck to deal with Peko and Memoru. It suggests using Slicer cards like Jabarda to clear a path for casting Foy on either Peko or Memoru. After the mission, if you talk to Relmitos, he gives you a broom card as a reward. Completing this mission allows you to pursue the entry counter, Delicious Dish, and Take It Away missions. Your reward for Great Rescue itself is a territory card, obtained by talking to Stella after the Taken Away mission. 2 hero story missions are detailed. Test of Power for Orland, and No Reason for Guykilled. Test of Power in Mortis Fons has Orland and Viviana battling KC and Endu. Focus attacks on Endu, use sword-type weapons and action attack cards, and let Viviana handle Morphos. After completion, you unlock other missions and receive the Madness card. Now, No Reason for Guykilled in Viatubis is a mission killer, requiring you to defeat Peko. Navigate the map strategically, utilizing guns and lower-cost items, avoiding excessive gun usage. The tech field enhances tech attacks. After winning, the story progresses. You receive the Guardian 2 card after talking to Guykilled. 2 new side missions are available: Tough Partner for Teifu, and Info on Blitz for Kilria. Tough Partner, in Lupus Silva, has Teifu helping Miss Stella battle Ark's enemies Reese and Heise in a team battle. Players use transporters on a split map, and completing it yields the Heavy Blow action card. Info on Blitz at the Tower of Calum sees Kilbria rescuing Orland from Ark's enemies Endu and Rio in a team battle with force fields. Govolmer also appears. Completing this mission provides the Bullet Storm card. Both missions offer Gold Rush, increased Express on character destruction, and Charity, bonus Express on dice rolls. Trap card rewards. Players return to the morgue after completion, and rewards can be claimed by talking to Teifu or Kildria after certain main story missions. This page details 2 missions, Emotions Clash and Phantom Shop I, along with general information about side missions. Emotions Clash is a story mission for Salagun at Ravam 80's Sakura, where you reinforce Viviana against Peiko and Memoru. It's a team battle and unlocks after finishing the Sighting 3 mission by talking to Salagun. A note highlights that your deck will not loop in this mission, meaning you only have your initial 30 cards. Tactics for Emotions Clash advise staying close to Viviana, being cautious of Sino-Zoa and Kanoon, and utilizing Slicers and Swords cards. After Emotions Clash, you'll return to the morgue, and Salagun will give you the Chain Sword card as a reward after Sighting 4, preparing her deployment. You can then continue with the Truth Seeker 4 and Odor Encounter missions. The page also explains side missions are presented chronologically and are acquired by speaking to a man near the entry counter. Phantom Shop I is a side mission at Viatubis, where you help find food for a shop. You will fight Break and Lura in a team battle, and it unlocks after completing Sighting 1. Tactics for Phantom Shop. I mentioned this is the first team battle with Enel Kalis, who uses the How Cute deck. Enemies summon beasts, so use multi-target weapons and support Enel Kalis, protecting her health, because if either Luera or Break or Enel Kalis die, the mission ends. Phantom Shop 2, set in the Tower of Carolim, requires food delivery. You'll face Ogun in a solo battle using his Love and Peace deck. His Impact Halfguard ability necessitates using multiple low-cost weapons. Ogun uses a ranged weapon, so close-range combat is advantageous. Completing this mission unlocks Repair Work 2 and Test of Power. Phantom Shop 3 in Unguis Lapis involves a team battle against Break, Full Beast deck, and Rufina, Powerbomb deck, also requiring a food delivery. The map's terrain, including boulders and narrow passages, makes maneuvering difficult. Kranz is a helpful teammate. Break and Rufina utilize beast-type creatures like Govolmer, with AP Silence. This mission unlocks after completing Phantom Shop 2 and Repair Work 2. This page outlines several hero story missions. Shark features a strong enemy using A-Beasts and Puli Slime, countered by allies Break and Rufina. The enemy's defense necessitates AB attack and Beast Slayer weapons. Completion unlocks a cutscene and the Phantom Shop 4 and No Reason missions. Phantom Shop 4, a solo battle in Tenor Sinus, requires finding a cake and battling KC, Molt. KC uses native and A-Beast creatures like Govolmers and Gill Sharks, requiring Heavy Blow, and defense cards like Weakness and Solid. It unlocks after completing Phantom Shop 3 and Odor Encounter. Fun homework takes place in Mole Venti, where the player photographs at the Photon Rectification Station, and the friendly enemy is Ogun. This solo battle unlocks after completing Homework Help and Development 1, which is the first Homework Help mission. A note indicates story characters have 10 hydrogen phosphide, and dice rolls are limited to 2, 3, or 4. This Prima Guide excerpt details strategies for Phantasy Star Online Episode 3's missions. Fun homework features a rematch with Ogun in Mole Venti, emphasizing low AP weapons to maximize damage against him and his summoned creatures due to his Impact Halfguard. Defeating creatures quickly is vital to avoid item damage from Ogun's cards. Completing fun homework unlocks Truth Seeker 1, a team battle against Rio, Withering, in Mole Venti, which requires completing Cleanup Job. Truth Seeker 2, in Tenor Sinus, challenges players against Rio, Counter, in another team battle, and unlocks after completing Truth Seeker 1 and Repair Work 2. All story characters begin with 20 hydrogen phosphide, modifiable by character-specific abilities. The tactics highlight the narrow map design, creating tight spaces and obstacles. The guide also warns against Rio's Madness card, which can destroy items. Screenshots showcase gameplay and key characters. The Hero Story section continues with details on missions and tactics. Completing Truth Seeker 2 unlocks Guykild's No Reason. Truth Seeker 3, set in the Tower of Calum, involves gathering information and features Break and Lura as enemies in a team battle. It requires Truthseeker 2 and Guardian 2 completion. Your deck is unshuffled, and you share HP with your teammate. Limited dice rolls and weapon focus are advised. Realmitos, an enemy, may equip weapons and use story characters. Truthseeker 4, in Nebula, Montana, is a final assignment. You fight Break, equal red, in a non-team battle, unlocked by Truthseeker 3 and Sighting 3 completion. The map is narrow. Break's creatures gain AP, but Barbles should be prioritized. Controlling the number of native creatures Break summons is crucial to manage Barbles' strength and prevent them from growing too powerful. This page of the Phantasy Star Online Episode 3 guide covers 2 side missions and post-mission information. Completing the Truthseeker missions unlocks the Odor Encounter and Saligun's story character missions. Final homework in the Tower of Calum requires collecting gravity data. This team battle features Rio and KC as enemies, unlocked after completing fun homework and bomb threat. Stella is your partner. KC and Rio attack from the back, using creatures as barriers. Magic Hands, in Mole Venti, involves finding a skilled engineer. This team battle features Mamoru and Rio, unlocked after Phantom Shop 1 and Sighting 2. This mission branches off from the Phantom Shop line and has a 15-minute time limit with 20-second phase limits. The game features Hero Story and Challenge missions. The Hero Story mission, Magic Hands 2, in Lupus Silva requires completion of Magic Hands 1 and Development 1 to unlock it. It's a battle against Endu, who uses a flash deck. Players team up with Teifu against Endu, Pan Arms, and Dark Gunners. Prioritize Endu, utilize long-range attacks due to Mamoru and Rio's tactics, and use defense cards for Endu's rampage attack. The map is long and narrow, so move quickly. The Challenge mission, located in Via Tubis, pits players against KC with a Hawk Speed deck, unlocked after completing Sighting 2. KC summons creatures to hinder the player, but is a ranger. The goal is to reach KC's side of the map. Both mission types have a 15-minute time limit per battle, and a 20-second phase limit. This strategy guide excerpts details tactics for a challenge mission against KC, featuring transporter panels. 4 panels exist, with 2 on each side of a map with missing squares. The guide recommends using the panels for quick map traversal, initially ignoring summoned monsters, and using the left panel to approach KC strategically. KC can block panels with summoned creatures. Therefore, attacking the summoned monsters is a recommended tactic. Completing this mission unlocks Called Out and Magic Hands 1. The guide also introduces the side mission Delicious Dish in Tenor Sinus, where Wando requests Macau Fish. The enemy deck consists of Peiko, Leftovers, and Krainu, Sacrifice. This mission unlocks upon completing Magic Hands 2 and Development 2. Deck order is emphasized. In the team battle against Peiko and Krainu, players are joined by Ino, Mullis. The enemies summon native and machine creatures, along with Ragrappy and Alrappy, and KC uses numerous defense cards. Native Slayer and Machine Slayer weapons are recommended. The next page details strategies for battles against Krainu and Peiko and Endu, along with the Ragol's photo side mission. When fighting Krainu and Peiko, be cautious of their Berserk and Madness action cards as they can harm your creatures. Watch out for Kanoon and Loverappy enemies. Loverappy has low HP but uses Express Decoy, absorbing damage and preventing damage to Krainu and Peiko until Express is gone. Loverappy also uses Impact Halfguard and the Trap ability. Defeat Loverappy quickly. After this mission, a cutscene with Kranz and Blitz will play. For the battle against Endu, be aware that his machine-type creature, Dubik, damages Endu when it dies. Endu's attack action cards benefit from Gabuma summons, gaining +5 AP. His heavy attack card becomes multi-target due to the rampage ability of his Gabuma creatures. Native Slayer weapons are recommended. After this mission, you can access the remaining missions at the entry counter. Dream Present in the Morgue. The Regal's photo side mission takes place in Dolor Odor. Endia requests a photo of a scary creature. The enemy deck is Endu, Flower Riot. This is not a mission killer, and is not a team battle. To unlock it, complete the Delicious Dish and Bomb Threat missions. Tactics for the final side mission against Endu suggest that his deck is mainly native creatures, like Barbarous Wolf and Booma creatures. Gabuma is particularly troublesome because of its rampage ability, so bring defense action cards. The Arcaz story in the game mirrors the hero story, with Arcaz fighting for the people on Pioneer 2. You begin at R Base and are given core missions by Chief Red, accompanied by Break, Lura, and Endu. Side missions are available from a woman near the entry counter after completing core missions, and are found in the same locations as in the hero story. Some mission killers progress the story and remove unfinished side missions. It's recommended to complete side missions before core missions to avoid missing any. Story character missions are optional, given by ARC story characters at specific points, awarding bonus cards upon completion. Like side missions, they can disappear if the main story progresses too far. Core missions from C.A.R.D are presented chronologically, with side and character missions detailed separately. The ARC FLAS mission walkthrough begins in Mortis Fons with Mission 1, First Battle. Your objective is to stop the Development Division's earthquake and boiling water issues. You'll face Sil Schaefer, a single opponent and mission killer. Tactics involve surrounding Sil Schaefer to block attacks, utilizing Hildebears to destroy guard items, and using low-cost creatures to hinder the enemy's story character. Mission 2, Recon Duty I, set in Via Tubis, requires you to assess the high-speed transit net, gather information, and retrieve system data. Kranz, another mission killer, is the opponent. You must roll a minimum of 3 during the dice phase. The recommended strategy is to use defense action cards to survive Kranz's ranged attacks, lure him closer with creatures, and use action cards like Slash and Longarm. Hildebears are crucial for destroying guard items. After missions, you report to C.A.R.D, who reveals the Arcaz mission is to halt Ragol's development and find the core material. Completing Recon Duty 1 unlocks a side mission, Love Quest 1. After completing Ruin Smugglers, Love Quest 1 will disappear. You must choose between Love Quest 1 and Ruin Smugglers, which will affect later missions. Mission 3, Ruin Smugglers in Unguis Lapis, tasks you with stopping Sil Schaefer, a mission killer using an F/deck. You face dice roll restrictions and should use many creatures to block her attacks and destroy her guard items. Completing this mission with Break unlocks a cutscene revealing a bounty on his head. Afterward, C.A.R.D gives you Mission 4, Lost Rappy in Lupus Silva, which sees the disappearance of Love Quest 1 and makes Rufina, KC, and Memoru available. Memoru's mission, Nostalgic Spot, must be started before Lost Rappy. Mission 4 involves finding C.A.R.D's Lost Rappy, Kate, facing Kilvaria, an auto-sweep deck user. This mission restricts dice rolls and reduces story character HP. Tactics involve using a creature to lure Kilvaria close and react to her weapon range. ARC story missions 5 and 6 are detailed. Mission 5, Unseen Enemy I in Mortis Fons, involves a team battle against Viviana and Teifu, who are mission killers. Endu is vulnerable, so use defense cards. Teifu boosts enemy AP. Prioritize strong creatures over many weak ones. Completing this mission unlocks Highs, Rio, and Peiko. A side mission, Enolis Rocks, is available but disappears upon completing Unseen Enemy On. A Divinity Barrier guard item is recommended. Mission 6, Perfect Ones, in Tenor Sinus, requires data collection on humanoids, battling Guy-Killed. The deck doesn't loop. Prioritize defensive setup as the map is clear. Completing Perfect Ones leads to Research 1 from C.A.R.D. Another side mission, Across Time 1, is available from a woman and vanishes upon completing Research 1. Mission 7, Research I, set in the Tower of Kalem, involves collecting environmental data on Rygol. The mission killer is Sil Schaefer, who uses a double-hit deck, specifically daggers like Akiko's Woke set. Sil Schaefer can be intercepted on the 5x5 map using guard cards to mitigate dagger damage. The mission also includes fighting Guy-Killed, who uses powerful short-range guns, and the Baran's launcher. He is resilient, using defense cards and guard items. Strategies against Guy-Killed include high HP creatures, good movement characters, and guard creatures. Pierce, Rampage, and Pierce abilities are effective. Focus on destroying his items first. Completing Mission 7 unlocks Research 1 and, if on the Love Quest sidetrack, Across Time 1. Daggers are significant due to their double hit ability, and guard cards are crucial to manage their damage. ARC-LES story missions 8 and 9 are detailed. Mission 8, First Strike, is a solo battle against Kilkria in Unguis Lapis. Kilkria uses an acid storm deck with multi-target attacks and defensive items. Hildebears are recommended. Your deck is not shuffled, so plan accordingly. Completing this mission removes 2 side missions and unlocks a cutscene with Silkorfer and Endu, if Endu is present. Mission 9, Recon Duty 2, is a solo battle against Relmitos in Via Tubis. This mission has a 15-minute time limit with short phase durations. Relmitos uses a Tenacity deck and the A/T swap perm ability, switching his AP and TP with each attack. physical attacks are effective against him. Missions 10 and 11 in Phantasy Star Online Episode 3 are detailed. Mission 10, Research 2, is a team battle in Unguis Lapis against Glustar and Stella. Peko is a helpful ally, and utilizing combination events is advised. Stella and Glustar boost their stats, pack tech, and anti-air cards. Completing this unlocks a cutscene with Endu and unlocks Mission 11. Mission 11, Intruder, is a single-player mission killer in Mole Venti against Salagun. Dice rolls are limited to 2 to 4, and your story character has reduced HP. Focus on low-cost creatures as Salagun utilizes a damage reduction ability. General card advice. Kane's Realmitos cards are effective. Consider removing low-cost copies that can't attack multiple times. Stella or Glustar can be used as territory assist cards. Evil Sharks can be valuable. Focus attacks on one enemy. Use Madness/Punch action cards to bypass guard items. And observe enemy movements. The next page discusses Ark's story and Mission 12. The One I Miss, which takes place in Lupus Silva. This mission is a personal request where you need to defeat Silsafer of Twin Dance. It's a single battle mission killer, and your deck will not loop, meaning discarded cards aren't reshuffled after 30 cards are drawn. The page gives tactics for fighting Silsafer, mentioning she is a tenacious opponent with a better deck than before. It's noted that Salagun also has mags with weak hit ability that blocks attacks of 3 damage or less, and the Chief Rappy Saber has the same lowest half-guard ability. Salagun also has drop ability, making you lose express. Tactics for Silfer focus on getting rid of her mags first, as they make her dangerous even unarmed. You should summon creatures near Silfer and attack her, noting her defense action cards can be problematic. Some mags have abilities like A Beast Halfguard. It is advised not to carelessly throw cards away, and to utilize creatures with the Flee ability to lengthen your deck and apply constant pressure. After completing Mission 12 and seeing the cutscene with Break and Silsafer, you will return to R-Base and visit Chief Red for your next mission, Backup. If you have completed Rio's story character mission and talked to her, you get a bonus card, Pal Shark. Extra missions include talking to Krynu for the Jewel Fountain story character mission, and the Jewel Fountain mission disappears upon finishing Backup. Mission 13, Backup, involves rescuing Peko and Lupus Silva, battling Viviana and Teifu in a team fight, with a maximum dice roll of 4 and 20 base HP for story characters. Teifu's express bonus items, and the Victor Axe enhance the opponents. Focus on destroying Viviana's high TP canes and Teifu's sword-type weapons. Use Madness cards and strong creatures with attack and defense cards. After Mission 13, return to R-Base to receive Mission 14, Dark Shadow, taking place in the Tower of Kalem, where you will battle Salagun, Halfguard, in a mission killer fight. Salagun's deck features hindering items like mags, shields, and divinity barriers, Halfguards. Use a balanced deck of mid-range creatures, such as Evil Sharks, to counter her defenses. Complete Krynu's mission Jewel Fountain for a bonus card, and talk to Highs for the Song Request mission, which disappears after finishing Dark Shadow. This page details Ark's story Mission 15, called Defense Net, set in Lupus Silva. The mission is to break through Hunter's defenses, and the enemy is Stella wielding twin guns. This is a mission killer fight, and not a team battle. It's noted that story characters will have a base HP of 20 for this battle. The tactics section explains this is the second time you fight Stella. She's AP weak but fast and mobile. Stella's deck is Mechgun focused with status effects, and she uses a Bulletstorm assist card to boost gun card AP. GN guard defense cards are mentioned. The strategy recommends using Evil and Gill Sharks, and a deck of attack, tech, and defense cards, as Stella is a humanoid with 0 TP. Powerful guns to watch out for in Stella's deck are Yasimenkov 2000H, which negates enemy defense or action cards, and HS-25 Justice, a ranged weapon with freeze. In Mission Aftermath, you are directed to Chief Red for the next mission, Misty Temple. If you completed Peko's story character mission Cake of Dreams, talking to him now will get you a bonus card, Cave Wind. There are also extra missions, speaking to the side mission woman for Miracle Water, and to Reese for flashbacks. Be aware that both of these side missions disappear after completing Defense Net. Mission IG, Misty Temple, tasks players with defeating the Lucan Knight, a solo encounter where your deck remains unshuffled. The Knight, found in Ravam 80's Sakra, has 40 hydrogen phosphide, 7 AP, 2 TP, and 9 megavolts, with no summons or weapon equips. It prioritizes group attacks and is immune to status effects, anti-abnormality, and alternates immunity to physical or tech attacks each turn. Periodic field. It swaps AP and TP each turn. Tactics involve keeping creatures distant to avoid early attacks. The Knight's deck features area attacks like Roundslay, tech attacks like Jifoy, and effects that restrict movement or reduce stats. Restrict Wave, Knight Act 4, Revolt. Players should build a deck with strong AP/TP creatures and a balance of attack and tech cards. Upon victory, Chief Red reveals the enemy's non-governmental origin and provides the next mission, Unseen Enemy 2. Completing Song Request allows for a bonus card from Highs. Mission 17, Unseen Enemy 2, in Mole Venti, requires destroying an enemy computer to stop a hacking attempt. You face Enolis with a Diet deck in a mission killer battle. Tactics include using creatures as blockers, prioritizing defense cards, dodge, guard, inversion, and leveraging madness cards. Recommended creatures include 23 AP cost with combo or leader abilities, Savage Wolves, Gigabooma. Maximize action points and consider bequeath defense cards. Mission 18, Confirmation, in Lupus Silva, involves attacking Pioneer 2's transport system, battling Viviana with a Madness 6 deck. This is another mission killer battle. Your deck is unshuffled, and you can only roll a 6. Tactics focus on pre-battle deck organization due to the map layout, allowing you to block Viviana's path. Completing Lazy Chance 2 unlocks Last Chance 3. Talking to KC unlocks the story character mission Looking Inward. Screenshots illustrate both missions. Quote, this page details Mission 19, named Morgue Raid, where you are tasked to infiltrate Pioneer 2 and the central information room in the morgue to acquire biodata. This is a mission killer and team battle mission. For the enemy decks, you will face Orland in the first battle using a Despair deck, Silshafer in the second battle with a Double-Edge deck, and Kronz in the third battle with an Enthusiasm deck. The tactics section advises that for the first battle, your teammate is Endu, who attacks enemies directly. It's important to support Endu as he can be overwhelmed. Focus on one enemy character at a time and assist Endu against Orland and Glustar, especially watching out for Orland's Soul Eater weapon, which can instantly kill. In the second battle, your teammate is Raze, whose deck is mainly comprised of defense and attack cards. Use defense cards to protect Rikace's Pan Arms and Barbles, as she loses HP when they are defeated. Silshafer uses potent items such as Divinity Barrier, Saber, and Durandal Sword, which enhance her abilities. The note highlights that each battle in this mission has a time limit of 30 minutes, and each phase is limited to 20 seconds. To succeed, you must defeat all enemy story characters across the 3 battles. The page also includes screenshots of gameplay, showing characters in battle, and the card battle interface. Following 3 battles and the C.A.R.D. lab destruction, Break steals cloning tech to clone Sophia. Players return to R-Base, receive missions Research 3 and Puzzle Solving, and can undertake extra missions involving Ogun and Arapi. Mission 20. Research 3 takes place in Nebula, Montana, requiring environmental data collection and battling Teifu, a mission killer. Tactics involve inching forward on the map to engage Teifu. Relmitos, like Silshafer, swaps AP and TP, demanding strategic defense. Prioritize weak creatures and use double attacks. Guard Demolisher creatures have high HP, and Pulfulia is recommended. Kronz utilizes powerful weapons and barriers. Tactics include distance fighting and companion defense. Teifu, a native and Darkslayer type, wields multiple swords. Exploiting these types is effective. Mission 21, Puzzle Solving, in Ravum 80's Sakra, is a team battle against Orland, Feared Hand, and Relmitos, Devotion. The objective is to gather enemy data at the White Temple. The map is large and features laser fences. Staying with Rio is crucial. Utilize SW Guard defense against the sword-wielding enemies. Orland gains AP with swords. Removing them weakens him. Relmitos and Orland use defense cards and protection. Coordinating attacks is recommended. High mobility characters can flank. Relmitos favors tech attacks, requiring distance. Beware of Harrison Battlefan and Jabration. Completing this mission with Endu triggers a cutscene. After this mission, Chief Red starts the Flow of Power mission, and KC gives the party arms card. Talking to the side mission woman unlocks the Love Letter side mission and the Lazy Bum missions. The next page details 2 missions. Mission 22, Flow of Power, and Mission 23, Unknown Lands. Mission 22, Flow of Power, takes place in Nebula, Montana. It's a team battle where your ally is Laura, and you fight against Salagun, Combo, and Stella, Combo Naya, both of whom are mission killer status enemies. The map is flat, and your enemies are humanoids immune to status effects. They both use guns and long-range attacks. Terrain cards like Empty Hand and Heavy Fog can affect attack ranges. Stella uses guns, and Salagun uses swords. Lushra will summon creatures and use defense cards. Mission 23, Unknown Lands, is located in Dolor Odor and is not a team battle. You'll face Salagun, Link, who is also a mission killer. The map is unusual, made of islands separated by water. Salagun uses assist cards and attack cards, including Dice +1. She also utilizes DB's Saber and DB's Shield. To defeat her, it's recommended to use companion creatures against her DB's Saber and Shield, as she has defense cards like Punch Guard and Penetrate Guard. In the mission Aftermath for Flow of Power, completing it will lead you to the Unknown Lands mission. There are also extra missions. Talking to Rufina will give you the Real Me mission, and talking to the side mission woman will unlock the Love Letter side mission and the Across Time tracks. Be aware that these extra missions disappear if you take Unknown Lands first. Missions 24 and 25 are detailed. Mission 24, Research 4, involves environmental data collection in Dolor Odor and a team battle against Kranz and Orland. They use strong equipment and defense cards. Mission 25, Toward Truth I, requires eliminating security in the Tower of Kalem. This mission is a team battle against Glustar, Lucky Dice, and Stella Surprise, and is a mission killer. Dice rolls are limited to 2 to 4, and story characters have 15 HP. Tactics for Mission 24 involve focusing attacks and spreading them out due to enemy defenses. For Mission 25, the small map necessitates quick creature deployment, focusing on attack strength. Allies include Rio, Glustar, and Stella. After completing the missions, Chief Red will assign the missions. Talking to Reese grants Round Slay, and talking to Ogun grants Spirit Boost. The side mission Enigmatic Mist becomes available after completing Miracle Water, but disappears upon finishing Toward Truth 1. This page details ARC story missions 26 and 27. Mission 26, Toward Truth 2, takes place in Mole Venti, tasking you with destroying the rectification station. You will face Kranz, Last Attack, and Silfer, Last Deck, who are mission killers, in a solo battle. A note mentions that unlike other team battles, this fight continues until both enemy story characters are defeated. Tactics suggest this is a tough fight due to a medium-sized map and Kranz and Silshafer being aggressive. They can rush you in 2 turns and deal significant damage. Creatures are essential because story characters are hard to beat and have high AP. Low HP creatures are quickly defeated, so you need durable creatures to withstand attacks. Defense cards are also recommended against their high AP and low TP attacks. Mission 27 is the final battle. Set in an unknown location, with a description hinting at finding peace by dealing with something called Germ. Your enemies are Castor, Iceheart, and Amplum Umbla, Big Shadow. Also mission killers in a solo battle. There's a tip box advising players to avoid destroying Silfer's Cross Scar or Blade Dance cards, as they deal minimal damage per turn. It also notes Kranz uses the Justy 23 ST gun and Shift Emerge, recommending defense cards and using creatures as blockers to overcome this difficult battle. This page details the first part of the final mission, focusing on the boss fight against Castor. You can choose any character to play, but Lucra, Break, and Endu will trigger special story cutscenes. While there's no overall time limit for the battle, each phase has a 20-second limit, and your story character begins with 20 HP. Castor is a powerful humanoid enemy with 45 hydrogen phosphide, 6 AP, 6 TP, and 2 megavolts. She has abilities like Anti-Abnormality, making Freeze and Acid ineffective, Carnage Uninclined, Haste, and Steady Damage mod. Her attacks are strong, including cards like Wave Motion, Devil Whim C, Death Ray, Acceleration 2, and Cross Slay. Wave Motion and Devil Whim C are particularly dangerous, as they can hit across the map and cover a wide area. Wave Motion also gives Castor additional AP. Tactically, guard creatures are vital for survival. High HP guard creatures like Barans are ideal, and Pan Arms can be used if Barans isn't available. Without guard creatures, you'll likely lose quickly. Use guard creatures to absorb damage while you approach caster. After deploying guard creatures and surviving the initial attacks, switch to offensive strategies. Defense cards are also essential, because you'll constantly be in caster's line of fire. Recommended defense cards include half defense, reduction, reversal, weakness, and companion. After defeating caster in the Arquez story, the walkthrough continues with a battle against Amplum Umbla, a stationary tentacle boss with high HP and dangerous abilities like unlimited summoning. The recommended strategy is to use the same deck as against caster, focusing on powerful creatures and attack cards to quickly defeat Umbla while avoiding its attacks. Following the battle, the evil threat to Ragol is vanquished. The page then introduces story character missions, obtained by speaking to specific characters. The first highlighted mission is Nostalgic Spot for Memoru, located in the Tower of Kalem, where Memoru must fight Viviana. Viviana utilizes an Icy Joy deck, and the best strategy is to counter with tech cards, especially from long range. The page also clarifies that Memoru's Snatch ability only applies to her own tech attacks. This document details strategies for Phantasy Star Online Episode 3 missions. After Nostalgic Spot, First Strike unlocks, with Quest 2 still open. Ouch. After the one I miss, talk to Rio for a bonus card. Evaluation, Rio mission, in Lupus Silva, involves fighting Enolis. Unlock it by talking to Reese after Research 1. Tactics. Use Rio, focus on high HP creatures and tech attack cards to counter Enolis's strong tech abilities. Destroy enemy canes quickly. Cake of Dreams, Peko mission, in Lupus Silva features Orland. Unlock by talking to Peko after Intruders. Tactics. Use the transporter panels to your advantage. Prevent Orland from advancing by strategically placing creatures. Avoid his Madness action cards, and monitor his sword count. General tips. Against Enox Polis, use high HP creatures for one-shot kills, avoid giving her attack points, and lure her to your side. C.A.R.D defense cards can negate her powerful tech attacks. Against Memoru, use tech attacks and high TP creatures. Rappy cards are helpful. Surround Memoru with your creatures. This document details mission briefings and tactical advice for Phantasy Star Online Episode 3. Jewel Fountain, Krinu, Mortis Fons, features Glustar, Mag Solo, as the enemy, and unlocks after completing The One I Miss. Song Request, Highs, via Tubus, has Guy Killed, BZZANG, as the enemy, and requires completing reinforcements missions. Both missions prohibit team battles. The note sections specifies that decks are not shuffled in these missions. Tactics for Glustar recommend focusing on destroying mags first, due to their low HP. Use creatures with moderate HP and offensive capabilities, coupled with attack/tech action cards. For Guy Killed, the strategy involves removing all items before attacking. Due to his elude ability, item destruction alone won't defeat him. Aggressive play, constant creature placement, and potentially using a Hildebeer early to target guard items are recommended. Since decks aren't shuffled, card order in the deck building menu is crucial. 2 new missions are available: Flashbacks, Rees, and Looking Inward, KC. Flashbacks takes place in Lupus Silva, where suspicious C.A.R.D. research hunters are collecting air samples. The enemy is Glustar. Silence. To unlock it, speak to Risi after completing Dark Shadow. Looking Inward occurs in Nebula, Montana, where a hunter seeks to offer information. The enemy is Glustar. Sirius. Unlock by talking to KC after Unseen Enemy 2. Both missions have a 15-minute time limit, with 20-second phases. Team battles are not permitted. Star Fight. Tactics for the Glustar fight. Focus attacks with Rees. Use guard creatures and dodge defense. The map has 2 sections divided by rocks. Defend transporter panels from Glustar, who has strong tech attacks and a base TP of 3. Use aerial creatures and slimes for movement. Carry companion defense cards. This page details new missions and tactics against specific enemies. Mission Aftermath allows players to collect rewards after missions, including bonus cards. The first mission, Save the Rappy, features Ogun and involves rescuing a Rappy from Guy Killed, BZAH, in Tenor Sinus. Players are limited to 30 cards. Tactics against Guy Killed involve destroying his Victor Axe and guard items, like Shield of Del Saber and God Shield Genbu, before attacking. Use numerous creatures to overwhelm him. Creature defense cards are recommended to protect against his attacks, but madness cards are less effective. Creatures with good HP 5+, and abilities like flee or dash are ideal. After this mission, Research 3 and puzzle-solving missions remain. The second mission, The Real Me, features Rufina and concerns a government photon project. The enemy is Silpher, red weapon. This mission in Mole Venti has a 15-minute time limit, a 15-second phase time limit, and requires a minimum of 3 dice rolls. To defeat the boss Silshafer, use long-range attacks and keep her at a distance, utilizing creatures to surround her and absorb her slashing attacks. Good creature choices include high HP monsters like Gillshark. Remember to use attack cards on Rufina for doubled AP. Side missions, obtained from an NPC near the entry counter, are unlocked by completing main missions and earlier side missions. They disappear upon resetting the entry counter. The first side mission, Love Quest 1, involves fighting Econo Talus. The key is to lure her with a summoned creature and then surround her. Avoid placing your story character directly in front of Eonocalis to avoid her Barda attack. Most of Eonocalis' attacks are weak to ice. The Arc Story mission features Teifu, a strong sword user. Use Lightning Partisan and defense cards with Hildebears for their guard damage bonus. After completion, you return to R-Base. Love Quest 2, in Tenor Sinus, involves Teifu, Scarfree. Defeat him by using one high-cost, high-HP monster due to his AP bonus for creatures. Requires completing Love Quest 1 and Research 1. Love Quest 3, also in Tenor Sinus, challenges you against Crans and Kilkria in a team battle. Utilize Rangers and Hildebears to distract enemies, using defense cards due to their Slayer ability and strong shot-type weapons. Unlock requires Love Quest 2 and the Intruder mission. Love Quest 3 unlocks Miracle Water, Pecco's story character missions, and returns you to R-Base. Love Quest 2 unlocks Moment missions. Talking to Memoru unlocks her story character mission, Nostalgic Spot, which disappears after Lost Rappy. The text details 2 missions. Enolis Rocks in Unguis Lapis involves defeating Enolis, Leafy, a relatively easy opponent with a deck of low HP, high TP Canes that use tech attacks. Tactics involve reducing her Canes count, summoning creatures, and surrounding her. Completing this mission unlocks Unseen Enemy 1 and Lazy Bum 1. Across Time in Via Tubis features a team battle against Orland, Greensteel, and Relmitos, Swordtail, triggered by completing Love Quest 1 and Unseen Enemy 1. This mission involves navigating a map with laser fences, using transporter panels to gain control. Tactics include summoning creatures on panels, teleporting heroes, blocking the opposite panel, and exploiting Orland's reliance on sword-type items. Endu and guard creatures are recommended. Across Time 2, set in Lupus Silva, is a team battle against Salagun, high-cost deck, and Stella, Reboot Naya deck. Regis is your ally. Use her Pierce ability and summon guard creatures, but protect them from the enemy's strong weaponry. Focus on a swift victory, utilizing high-cost creatures and action cards to counter Salagun's dice +1 assists. Be aware of a combination event between the enemies that may interfere with your finishing blow. Across Time 3, in Nebula, Montana, involves obtaining the Kukui Herb. You face Guy Killed, GZZ, Gay H deck, and Kilturia, Gunblast deck, in a team battle with Rays. Utilize the narrow map strategically. Position your creatures for attack, and use long-range ones. Since the enemy uses frequent, low AP attacks, employ cheap defense cards, and pan arms to survive. This strategy guide for Phantasy Star Online Episode 3. Card Revolution provides advice for various missions. The Rampage ability is recommended against low HP weapon enemies. Endu, Madness, and Punch cards are suggested for deck construction. Disruptor items and low-cost creatures like sharks are useful against Hildebear, alongside defense action cards. The guide covers 2 missions. Miracle Water in Mortis Fons, featuring Crans, necessitates avoiding his long-range attacks and Kaldabog card. Genbu damages guard items, and Hildebear is beneficial. Enigmatic Mist in Ravam 80's Sakura, featuring Relmitos, requires navigating a large map with terrain trap cards. The page emphasizes protecting Hildebear with action cards, and using Companion as a defense card to reflect damage. This guide covers strategies for 3 missions. Arc Story, Last Chance 1, and Last Chance 2 focusing on enemy tactics. In Arc Story, fight alongside Break against Krantz and Ionoles. Protect Break and coordinate attacks as enemies target him. Use attack and defense cards, and consider equipping Buma's Claws to counter their Native Slayer ability. Last Chance 1 involves a team battle against Krantz and Eno Fentalis in Viatubis, unlocked after Ruin Smugglers. Last Chance 2, unlocked after Last Chance 1 and The One I Miss, features a solo fight against Relmitos in Lupus Silva. Relmitos uses Magical Piece Kane, A/T-Swap Perm, and tech cards like Jabarda and Fue, so be mindful of his attack type and AP. Utilize defense cards and focus your attacks. The map is long and narrow. Completing each mission unlocks further content. The next page continues the Prima Official Strategy Guide, detailing strategies for facing Relmitos, a powerful hero story character who uses canes and tech cards. It advises using defense cards and strong creatures against him, noting he shares HP with Orland and summons native creatures. Defeating Relmitos in the specified mission unlocks a cutscene and further missions, backup, and Krinu's Jewel Fountain. This page then outlines 2 missions, Last Chance 3 and Lazy Bum I. Last Chance 3 takes place in the Tower of Kalem, a rescue mission where you face Relmitos, Orland, and Hungry Soul in a team battle. It is not a mission killer type mission, and unlocks after completing Last Chance 2 and Unseen Enemy 2. Tactics involve unusual parameters, like shared HP between teams, each character having 20 base HP, and a 4-roll limit during the dice phase. Lazy Bum I is located in Tenor Sinus. It is described as dealing with a character nagged by his wife to get a job and needs help. You fight Kiltria, Raw Bullet, in this non-team battle, non-mission killer mission, which unlocks after completing Ruin Smugglers and Lost Rappy. Tactics for this mission on a small square map with boulders involve blocking Kiltria's path and using high HP creatures and tech attacks. This page details more Arc Says story mission strategies and introduces the Lazy Bum 2 mission. The Arc Story section explains that Kilturia uses Inferno Bazooka and other equipment. The Inferno Bazooka halves enemy HP and rounds up the damage. For example, a 5 HP creature takes 3 damage. The guide recommends using creatures with high HP and defense cards against enemies like Kranz and Sil Schaefer who are in these missions. You can choose either Reigns or Endu for these missions. If you want to see a cutscene after the mission, play as Endu, which triggers a break cutscene about a possible mole in the Arc Civez organization. The Lazy Bum 2 mission takes place in Malar Venti. The description is about helping someone pretending to be sent by an old lady to avoid work. You will fight Silfer, Skill X, and Kranz, God X, in a team battle, but it is not a mission killer type. To unlock this mission, you must complete Lazy Bum 1 and backup. Tactics for Lazy Bum 2 against Silfer and Kranz mention they are aggressive and rush you. Kranz uses heavy weapons like Meteor Smash and Double Saber that can cause acid conditions. Sil Schaefer uses high AP double sabers like Imperial Pick and Kaladbolg and will break you with attack action cards. It's recommended to use break against them as well. Lazy Bum 3, set in Tenor Sinus, involves a team battle against Viviana and Teifu. To unlock, complete Lazy Bum 2 and Misty Temple. Tactics emphasize defending against Teifu's wide-range attacks and Viviana's tech cards. Use Rice or Indu with guard creatures and defense cards. Pierce or Rampage attacks are crucial. Be prepared for the other enemy to intervene when targeting a kill. Afterward, you go back to our base to find Unseen Enemy 2. Lazy Bum 4, in Nebula, Montana, features a battle against Silfer. Unlock this mission by completing Lazy Bum 3 and puzzle solving. The base HP for story characters is 20. Silfer uses Monkey King rods, which gain AP each turn after summoning. The strategy focuses on breaking through the item's 24 HP before damaging Silfer. The Love Letter side mission in Mole Venti features a solo battle against Viviana, who uses a secret POW deck. To unlock the mission, you must complete puzzle solving. Viviana is waiting due to a misinterpreted love letter from Carlene. The large, laser-fenced map requires strategic navigation. Blocking Viviana's path with durable or returning creatures is recommended as your deck doesn't loop. She has low HP but high TP, especially with tech attacks, so use defense cards and strong blockers. Focus on destroying one item at a time. You can summon creatures above or below her. The mission's conclusion reveals the letter was wrongly delivered. After the battle, proceed to our base for other missions. Remember, your deck doesn't loop, so card usage is limited. To play Phantasy Star Online Episode 3, Card Revolution Online, you need a hunter's license and pay a monthly fee. After logging in, select a ship to download quests and interact with other players in the lobby. The lobby allows chatting, duels, and team formation, with information desks for organization and tables for quick games. Download quests offer unique battles and card rewards. Choose between a battle server, high risk, high reward express, and a peace server, lower risk, no express loss. Tournaments offer competitive play with card and meseta rewards. Be mindful of internet stability when choosing the battle server, as disconnections result in express loss. Phantasy Star Online Episode 3's online gameplay features an online morgue for deck editing, card trading, and mission access, mirroring the offline experience. Online play includes events like tournaments and quests, rewarding players with special E-rank event cards. Offline strategies are generally applicable, and learning from computer decks is encouraged. Specialized deck building is vital due to deck size limitations. Focused decks around specific character strengths are recommended. Understanding card combinations and countering different enemy types is crucial for success. Multiple pre-made decks are advised to adapt to various situations and opponents. The online community is emphasized, encouraging players to learn from both victories and defeats, including challenging skilled opponents for advice. Screenshots illustrate in-game menus and card details.